on 1 Samuel chapter 30. Before we read or let's pray that the Lord can be with us. Dear Lord, we thank you, Lord, for this day. We just praise your holy and righteous name. Help us, Lord, deliver what you have given to us to speak to your people and to the church, Father. Lord, let our efforts anoint my mind, anoint my mouth, anoint our hearts, anoint our ears, I pray. In Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. For the sake of time, I'm going to just give you 3 verses. But really and truly, you need to go back and read the whole chapter. But in verse 8, there are 2 words I want you to note. The last 2 words of that verse, it said, recover all. And then again in verse 18 and 19, you find 3 words, 4 words, and David recover all. 19 again, the last 3 words again, it says, to David recover all. I want to speak on that this morning in David, or recover all. These 3 words that we find here, we see that David came to Ziklag and found everything that burned up that he loved, everything that he saw was captured and lost. Man lost something in the very beginning. Generally, we find that man lost out with God because of sin. Isaiah the prophet tells us that sin separates you from God. Paul told the church at Romans, for all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. 1 John tells us these words, if you sin and you say you not sin, then you are a liar and the truth is not in you. But Jesus said, whom the Son is set free is free indeed. Why? Because anybody can come to the Lord Jesus Christ. That was the whole point. Not only to recover our authority, because man lost his authority. And not only did man lose his authority, but he lost his place, the home place. God told him that you must leave this perfect place because you have made this perfect place an imperfect place. Because if you really think about it, folks, before sin came into the world, we had a perfect people in a perfect place that was serving a perfect God. Amen. Before sin came. We messed this thing up with man's sin. You can say, well, the white did it, the man did it. But when God came to man blamed his wife, and the wife blamed it on the serpent. We call it temptation. We want to blame other people for our loss. So God said that he needed to make a way. So he sent Jesus Christ into the world. That well-known passage scripture that we learned from Sunday school up from a boy up, and that our mama and Dave taught us from our early age. For God so loved the world that he gave, willingly gave, his only begotten Son, and that whosoever believe, know the assurance that where you're going, know the belief. We held the tent of faith. We believe in miracles. We believe in the rapture of the church. We believe in the second words. Come on now, somebody. Amen. Believe. Believe in thy heart, Romans said, and you shall be saved. Call upon him. Acknowledge him. Friend can't save you. Family member can't save you. But you attending the church cannot save you. Come on now, somebody. Man lost something in the very beginning. I want you to put in his word in John 10, man, Satan come to steal, kill, and to destroy. But I am come that you may have life and have it more. More abundant, more than enough. Psalm 34 in verse 10, I believe it says that the young lion lay down and shall not lack anything. That's what it means when you be in the kingdom of God. You don't have no lack. Why? Because Philippians 4:19 says, but my God shall supply your every need. Not when you give, but every need that you have. Spirit, soul, and body is covered in that verse. So David now lost. But he gained it. We can gain it all back at the foot of the cross. Paul said, I didn't come preaching another gospel. Paul said, I didn't come preaching with man wisdom or enticing words. But I just come preaching the him, buried, died, rose again. That's what he came to preach. That's what the whole gospel is all about. That's what we are here for, because we wouldn't be here if he didn't die for us. Come on now, somebody. The church wouldn't be here if he didn't die for us. Jesus said, go into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature, proclaiming that he is Lord. If you can call him Jesus, and you can call him Lord, you can call him Master, but when really, if he abide in you, that when you can start calling him Lord. If he Lord over everything, that means pocketbook, that means attitude, that means everything that you do in your life, that you want to please him and nobody else. Yeah, because I can't go on your coattail and you can't go on mine. He is going to say one to the other. See, we now David was lost. Go back to chapter 27, verse 7. And we see his experience begin. 1 Samuel chapter 27, verse number 1. And David said in his heart, I shall now perish one day by the hand of Saul. You got to remember who David was. David was a nobody. David, if you read in 1 Samuel chapter 16, 17, that he would never thought about being called, but when the prophet came, he came on a mission. He came to Jesse's house and came knock, and he said, I want to see your son. I'm here on a mission because we need a king. And somebody here in your house going to be named king. So if you read from 1 through 13 of 1 Samuel 16, that's what you'll find. Brother number 1 came, and he didn't feel good, so he passed him on by. Son number 2 came, and he says, no, Jesse, that one ain't it. Can you just use him? He said, no. Son number 3 came by. Making the long story short, we get this. I believe in verse 7, 1 Samuel chapter 16 said, man look on the outward appearance. Man look on the outward ability. But it said God looked on the heart. He see what a man can do. And when all came down, when they all came down, he said, now Jesse, you got one more somewhere. He said, well, I got a little boy. He's keeping sheep right now. He said, bring him to me. And he took that all when he saw David hit something quick in his spirit. He had the Spirit of God working inside of him. He had the gift of discernment working inside of him. He knew which one it was. That was only by the Spirit of God. So when he said, now look at the one. Jesse probably said, no, not him. He's no good. Have you heard that before? Have you heard that before? Have you heard it in the past? Growing up, if you've grown up, not everybody gonna build you up. Come on now, somebody. Now, not everybody gonna tear you down, but God said in His Word that He said, "I look on the heart." David said, Jesse's son felt that anointing. And he said, now, you are the one. And God said, now, here it is. David went out. Now, he Jesse sent him on his way. Sent him on his way. Take care of his son. Take some corn. Take some food. And we know that Saul came and he said, what does I hear? What going on? His brother said, go home. Go home. Go home. You're not fit. But they failed to realize what happened. That he was anointed by God. That he was God ordained. But we find here in chapter 27, he became discouraged. And he said he rose up. You know you got fight and discouragement that come in your life. And the only way that you can do that is by prayer, in supplication, and by His Word. That's why it said, build up yourself. Abide in the Word. Let the Word grow rich and grow deeper in you. Grow deeper and grow deeper in you. If you grow in the Word, you can fight the spirit of discouragement. Fear came upon him because if you read the 18th chapter, Saul came and Jonathan came to David and said, my daddy wants to kill you. Think about it now. He goes, well, he said, now, I got to hide you, David. You my friend. And I got to preserve you. I got to keep you from harm way. And if they come and see you, he going to want you as me. David was fighting this struggle. But yet, see, one thing he lost. David lost the ability of vision. Vision. The Bible tells us, without a vision, the people will perish. See, he forgot and he lost his vision. He got his eyes off of the vision worker, the vision planner. And that was gone. The vision. The Bible says, Proverbs says, without it, we die. We die. Without a vision. Can recover, come restoration. Recover not only comes with restoration, but it comes with restoration. David lost his vision of a God who kept him by the line and kept him from the giant, gave him victory. But then we see, because you see, he lost his passion. He lost his way when the Bible said here in verse 1, and he said in his heart malice. Heart malice. God sin. The heart. You forget to pray with whose heart. Fainting comes in. Fainting comes. The Bible says, Luke 18:1 says, pray and not to faint. Pray and not to faint. Don't lose sight. But when you pray and you turn from the place of the throne room to a place of iniquity and sin, that's where we mess up. That's where we fall short at. That's where we lose sight of vision. That's where we lose sight of power. That's where we lose sight of passion. So the three P's will come in action as long as we are at the throne seat of God. Hebrews 4 tells us we can find help in time of need. What a promise that we have. You see, what a promise that we have. We can find promise there at the throne. We can find power at the throne. And we can find provision at the throne. The next chapter tells us this. Chapter 28 in verse 1. He tells us these words, and it came to pass in those days that the Philistines gathered the army together for warfare, to fight with Israel. And the Achish said unto David, know thou assembly, that you shall go out with me to battle. Now he will line himself up with the wrong people. He will line himself up to fight against his own people. How many can lose a battle? How many lose in the battle today? Because we are fighting within. The Bible says in Hebrews, Ephesians 6 and 10, find my brother, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. For we will not get flesh and blood, not get one another. We all got the same enemy today. Come on now, somebody. Yeah. We all got the same enemy that will come and defeat us. But yet we find now in verse 30, before that great day of recovery, before that great day of rekindling, before that great day of revival, a great day of shouting, in a great day of victory, he came now, and you find in verse number 3, I believe it is, if you got your Bible still open. So David and his men came to the city, and behold, it was burned with fire. And their wives and their sons and their daughters were taken captive. How many know today their people and their people home is bound and are in captivity, and they need the power of deliverance? They were in captivity by the enemy. The enemy will come in like the flood, but the Spirit of the Lord will raise up a standard against them. Oh, my friend, note this. He was saddened because his city was burned up. The wives were taken. In verse 4, David and his people who were with him lifted up their voice and wept until they had no more power to weep. And David's 2 wives were taken captive. And we find and go on to say, and David was greatly distressed, downcast, heartbroken. David was discouraged, and he was weeping with himself, and he felt like he was all alone, but he did not give up. Verse number 6 tells us, for the people spoke strong of him, and the soul of all the people was grieved, every man for his son and for his daughters. They were well grieved. But David, now note this, in verse 6, he came to the place, if nobody else will, I got to do something. If me, I got to do something. I got to encourage myself. David said he encouraged himself in the Lord, in the promises of God. God has a promise today that he will never leave us nor forsake us. He had a promise for us that he will take care of us. He will make us blessed, and he will make us the head, and he will make us the tail. He will look out for us. David encouraged himself in the Lord. And then we find, when they all said and done, there come a pursuit. In verse number 8, David inquired of the Lord, saying, shall I pursue after the truth and overtake them? Shall I pursue after my blessing? Jacob rose up and said, I won't let you go until you bless me. When you begin to pray, you hold on to the promise, hold on to your now word, hold on what God will speak to you, because we serve a personal God. Amen. We serve a personal God. So we find that David lost his vision of who God was. David lost his passion. And he didn't know the weapon. He forgot the real weapon. And he forgot the real enemy. Oh, may I say to you today, God is wanting us not live in life, but recover. Everything will be lost. His family was lost. His purpose was lost. His passion was lost. Because he was in a backslidden spiritual condition. Warning, folks. The real devil ain't going to run over, lay down, and play dead for you. Because you got the promises of God. Because you in church this morning. See, he don't mind you coming to church. In fact, he really don't mind you reading your Bible. When you start giving things up that you know is wrong, and you begin to yield your spirit and your mind. The Bible says, let that mind be in you, which will also in Christ Jesus. A renewed mind. Remember that I said a submitted mind, a single mind. Do you know we got to have that in these last days? We got to depend totally upon the Lord Jesus Christ to lead us and guide us and take care of us. If he ain't Lord over our family, then he ain't Lord over individuals. Come on now, somebody. We find there were a way. Verse 11. They found an Egyptian in the field and brought him to David and gave him bread and did eat and made him drink water. And they gave him a piece of a cake of fig. God was taking care of him. He will take care of you. recover lack no more. You don't have to live in lack. You don't have to live in want as people of God. Oh, if we only can get a glimpse of Jesus, passion, virtue, vision, pursuit. Pursue after God. Every believer will know their purpose. He said, I have brought you to the kingdom for such a time as this. The Spirit of God. Vision. And your pastor back in 2015, God gave me a vision. I still got that vision. Have I seen everything? No, I ain't seen it all. But I do have a vision. Come on now, somebody. You have a vision. Don't lose heart today. Don't be discouraged today. Because He'll give us the ability to accomplish it, not by our might, not by my mind, not by my flesh, but by His Spirit, saith the Lord of hosts. Isaiah, I'm jumping now, but Isaiah chapter 6, he had a vision of the throne of God. You read it. He had a vision of worship. He had a vision of the glory. How many know we got to keep that same vision? If we want our personal house be filled with His presence, then we must desire and have a vision of this house being filled with God's glory. How did it come? I'm glad you asked. He said he felt unworthy. He felt lost. But he had a glimpse. He saw the holiness of God. He had a vision of the glory of God. May I say to you, we need that same vision today of what God wants us to do. How are we going to be into God? And He said, well, remember, you had a chance to follow me. You had a chance to do my will. And you dropped the ball. See, at one thing, to be on the 1-yard line, fall the ball, and you don't recover. But another thing, James, to be on the 1-yard line and running in. And you got a line to protect you. You got a line that's going to be supporting you. Through that run, through that pass, or whatever. You can be wide open and miss the promises of God. You can be wide open and miss what God has for you. Hear me? I still got that vision. Vision don't really die unless we let it die. Habakkuk said this, I'm closing with this. You might say, well, you ain't preaching long. But when he said soft, I'm soft. But note this. He said, write down the vision and keep it before your eyes. That's what the prophet said. Habakkuk said, write the vision, make it plain, and keep it in front of you. Rehearse it, read-over it. If God gave you a plan, if God gave you something, you say, Lord, I thank you in advance. I thank you in advance. Because without the vision, without the purpose, without the passion, there can be no power. And with there's no power, there's no glory. Come on now, somebody. But me and you, as born again Christian, blood washed, we can experience the very best because God got the best for His children. And all we have to do is walk. We walk by faith and not by sight. Come on now, somebody. And we walk them by faith. Yeah, trouble will come, trial will come, and everything else will come, because the devil ain't gonna roll over and play dead. He's gonna attack you more and more. But who will stand up and say, I know a man with thee? Remember the service